Hey plant gang, Miles here, Paradise in a Pot, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. And today we're going to be taking care of some Hoya. I had a request from someone asking me about the Hoya that were kept over here, so I've taken all those Hoya down and put them onto the floor because we're going to give them some attention. Usually plants, just so you guys know, anything that's usually over in this area is something that I'm either watching closely or needs kind of some special attention or needs, it's in need, let's say. Alright gang, so let's go ahead and turn things around and I'm going to show you what Hoyas I had back there. Alright gang, I've got us turned around here, and as you can see, Cookie's investigated, inspected, and approved of everything we have going on over here, so we are allowed to proceed. I have first off this Hoya Crimson Queen that it got root rot, and I chopped it up and propagated it and made up a bunch of plants. Now I have like 4 or 5 of these sitting around the house. Actually, I got one right over here. This one that's been potted up for a while, it's been doing really good. Sorry it's a little bright there, the sun's coming in, it's early morning, I'm trying to get this video done before it's 118 degrees outside. But anyhow, that's one of them there. So we're going to go ahead and pot this up. I think this will go okay in this pot. And we're just going to keep a close eye on it. I kind of actually forgot about this piece, so we'll probably let it kind of pedangle like that out of the pot. And actually I think we're just going to go ahead and put it over here and fill it up with dirt. Now I'm using my typical potting mix that I always talk about, which is the horticultural charcoal, along with, today we've got a little extra orchid bark in there because I'm doing Hoya. So you can see I got the bark, the chunky charcoal, I got some perlite added in with my Fox Farms, and I've also put an extra dose of amazing kelp, which I'm not sure if we're still able to get that anymore. It's a little hard. And I may have to find a new source for that for all of us. So I might actually become a supplier of that, only because I find my plants thrive with it. So anyhow, we'll get back to that in a bit. So there's that one potted up. So go ahead and put her to the side. Next one I want to take a look at is this Crassio Pescula. There you go, Hoya Crassio Pescula. TIO is sh in English, Pescula. Anyhow, we're going to take that one out of this little tiny pot. Now, this one's been in its nursery pot since I got it back in, when did I get this? I want to say January of this year. So I've had it for a little while. It was $12 for this little Hoya. It was just those 2 leaves when I picked it up with a small little tendril. All this has grown for me since. So it's been a nice little grower. I just want to take it out of the media it's in because I want to see what's going on, what kind of mix it's in. And it's in a pretty dense mix I'm seeing here. It looks really peaty and dense. And I think I'd like it a little more airy. So we're just going to very gently, and I'm saying ever so gently because Hoya have the most delicate roots. I am just barely touching that soil mix going around, and I did water these yesterday. I gave them all a good soak so the roots would be nice and pliable so they won't break on me. Hoya roots are so delicate. So there we go. I'm not going to take it any further than that. I'm going to leave a lot of that mix on there. But as you can see, I've got a lot of roots hanging out now, so they should be favorable to go into my more chunky mix where I don't have to worry so much about the draining. And I'm going to put this one, since it's got such beautiful texture, into this little coffee cup that I did drill a hole in. It's got drainage. So we're going to go ahead and put this super, super chunky mix, get it started, and go ahead and put it in there. That soil I have there will go outside into the garden, just because waste not, want not. So we'll put it in there nicely. It's really just a small little upgrade for it. So I'm going to just fill that in. Alright, and there we go. And what I might do for this one too, because it is growing so quickly, is while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and give it a little hole to climb until I figure out a trellis system for my Hoya, which I think I've come close to a conclusion of what I'm going to do. But I don't have any that are quite, well, I do have one, but I don't have a lot of them, I should say, that are quite in that need yet, although I am getting close. I'm looking around the house here and seeing a few other Hoya. So I'm just going to put that mix to the side. Again, we're going to water these when we're all done. Now the next one I want to take a look at is this Crimson Princess. She's been losing leaves, and the leaves are getting very turgid on her. So I'm assuming we've probably got poor roots in here. So before I lose the whole plant, I figure we better take it out and take a look what's going on. So again, very gently, very gently, we're going to massage those roots and just kind of see what's going on. Now this one does kind of have a little bit of a funky smell. So I don't know if the roots are doing poorly. I'm looking also, while I'm doing this, I'm looking for those notorious root mealybugs that I hear people talk about, and I don't see, I mean, it looks like a little bit of fungus maybe growing. I don't really see anything wrong here, and actually the roots seem to be fairly decent. Let's see. So I'm not sure what's going on with this. So I guess what we're going to do is just go ahead and pot her right back up. Since I've got all that mix out of there, well, I don't know, that mix looks pretty good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little fresh on the bottom, just since we've upset her, give her a reason to think we did this for a reason. But we did. We wanted to check out the roots. Not sure what's going on here then. So I guess I'm just going to have to keep an eye on this little Crimson Princess. If you guys have any other thoughts or ideas what might be happening here, please, in the comments down below, let me know what you think might be happening here to my little Crimson Princess, because she seems to have been doing well for a really long time and was putting out some new growth. It was a trade for, if you guys remember, if you've been around long enough, for my aquarium fish when my tank crashed. And well, I guess she's looking alright. So we'll just go ahead and put her back in there. I'm not going to re-water her. Well, I might have to spray her down a little bit. So yeah, we'll put her in there now and put that off to the side. Guys, I'm going to clean some of this up and we'll be right back. And the last one we're going to be taking care of is this Hoya latifolia. And this one I've had for over a year now, and I really should have transplanted it long when I got it. I don't think I really care for whatever mix it's been in this whole time, but I've just been lazy. It's been doing okay, but recently it's not been doing okay, so I think it's time to see what's going on in here. So let's go ahead and give it a little tickle. That sure is rich, peaty. Oh, looks like we've got two of them growing here, which is good. And the roots don't look really that strong. So what we're going to do is go ahead, and I think I'm going to down pot this a little bit and see if we can't get its roots to get a little stronger. I'm going to untangle it out of this trellis if I can. The leaves are so flimsy, it's kind of a little heartbreaking. I really do love this Hoya. Alright, so there's that one out. These little trellises were a cute idea, but not really practical, because these Hoya get a lot bigger than this little trellis. Gee whiz, I don't know if I really like that root at all. Maybe I should reroot that. What do you think? Should I propagate it and reroot it? The leaves are so flimsy. Look at the taco test. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to reroot this one, guys. That doesn't look like it's going to do too well. So if I'm going to reroot that one, I'm going to reroot both of them. So I'm going to take these guys to the sink, clean them up, and put them in water for now, because Quite honestly, I don't want to chop them up. They're not very turgid. If the leaves were more turgid, I would chop it up. But whenever propagating, especially when it comes to a Hoya, I would say you absolutely want the leaves to be their most healthy. You don't want to be propagating, unless it's an emergency and you're trying to save the plant's life. You don't want to be propagating while a plant's struggling or suffering, unless you're trying to absolutely save its life. These guys don't look like they're in such dire straits that if I put them in water for a couple of weeks, I bet those roots will come right back, and I can probably pot them up just as they are. However, once they do become turgid, I may just chop that up so that I can propagate it and make a fuller basket of that. So guys, tell me in the comments down below what you think I should do with that after it gets re-rooted. But I'm going to go ahead and wash that up, and we're going to put that in water and re-root it. Alright gang, I'm going to do that. We'll be right back. Well, I went ahead and rinsed off those roots on this macrophylla, and as you can see, there are hardly any roots. That was Pfeiffer passing through, so if you were wondering, nothing. It's like barren, and this was a little better, but not really. So this explains why my leaves aren't turgid. I have not been taking very well care of this Hoya, so we're going to go ahead and put it into water propagation for now. Alright, and that should be a lot of fun. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'll probably dump some water out of that now that I'm looking at it. Well, here, I'll just do it right here, because I'm going to be filling this up anyhow. See, look how easy and mess-free. Oh, look, and we caught another Hoya and pulled it right out of its pot. Isn't that fun? Alright, let's go ahead and put this silly thing down. Don't we love a Hoya? Look at that. Upside down for me even. Good grief. Now what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to dump all this dirt out and start over. Putting it back in there so that I can water it. And that's how you pot a Hoya twice in one day. And that's what I'm probably going to call the video. How to pot the same Hoya twice in one day. Wouldn't that be a fun little title? Alright. Well, so much for a clean tray to soak my Hoya down on, or a clean hand to do anything with. But let's go ahead and put these on soak and wrap this video up. I honestly have a lot more to do today for plant chores, and I don't know if I'm going to get to recording all of it. So let me ask you guys, which of these Hoyas do you have in your collection? Which ones are you looking for? I'm only going to give this a little bit of water right there just to rinse the leaves off. Which ones do you want to trade me for? I've got a lot of this Crimson Queen going on. If you guys are interested in some of that, I would love to set up a trade on that. Because like I said, I have 3 or 4 of them going on around here. Right now I'm just kind of rinsing to clean off the pots too. But I want to make sure that Crassiopetalum is nicely watered in. I think that is, of the group right here, my absolute favorite. This one here, I'm not sure if it's a latifolia. Now I'm going to rinse my own fingers. Or if it's a different type of Polynura. It's got more of a red edge, this Hoya, so I'm not sure what's exactly going on. But I was investigating all the other Hoya throughout the house since I was doing stuff, and that one literally fell out of its pot, so I thought, well, let me go ahead and fix it up and water it. There we go! Alright gang, I'm going to turn this around and wrap this up. Alright guys, I've got everything over there soaking and going. So let me ask you, which one of these Hoya were you surprised by? I was kind of surprised that the latifolia had absolutely no roots left. I'm actually very disappointed in myself for letting it get to that point. It's a Hoya that was kind of put somewhere back in here that was a little out of reach, so I stayed out of touch, and that was my fault. Happens to all of us. You can't beat yourself up. All you can do is try to correct the situation and move forward, and that's what we're going to do with that. All right, gang, I think we're going to wrap it up there, and I'm going to wish y'all a great day. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you better subscribe. And if you like this kind of content, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you like what I'm doing here. And if you like Pfeiffer, say Pfeiffer down below in the comments. If you like Cookie, say Cookie down below in the comments. And if you like Pfeiffer and Cookie, let me know. All right. I want you guys to all have happy, healthy plants. If you have any questions that I can help you out with, please feel free to ask me in the comments below too. I don't know everything, but I know a lot. And what I don't know, I'd like to learn with you. All right. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.